Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I hope you're all doing okay and welcome back to my channel. Okay, so obviously we all know the reason for the season, the reason as to why we clicked on this video, so let's just get straight into it. So I use this Model 1's Polygel nail kit. Once you first open it, it has the instructions on how to use the kit, and within the box, top coat, the base coat, the little brush, two different polygels. So we have apricot and we have a transparent one, and then we have the poly nail gel. Okay, so these are jewel forms. They're basically what you use to shape the nail, but I personally hate them because they're so curved. So no matter whether your nails are long or short, they literally come out curved, and I just hate them. So I'm going to try and show you how this polygel thing works in like 30 seconds. By the way, I'm so sorry, I realised that like the first minute of this video is out of focus, but it does get better, I promise. Okay, so step 1, you measure the jewel form for the desired nail. Step 2, you apply the base coat onto the nail and then you cure it under the UV lamp for 30 seconds. It will come out sticky, that's normal. So step 3, you take your jewel form and you squeeze a little bit of the polygel product onto the jewel form, and then you're going to use your brush to try and basically spread it out so it's like a thin layer in the jewel form. Like this. Okay, so once it is a thin layer, you basically apply it to the nail, like you literally just push it onto your nail. Some bits might come out of the sides, but you can literally just take your time and clean that up. And then you want to make sure that you turn your nail around and you smoothen the polygel from underneath, because otherwise the polygel will form over your actual nail. Okay, so once that is done, you basically cure it for like 60 seconds. Once it's cured, you literally just take out the nail and you pop off the jewel form, and that is your nail formed. You can literally see that it is beautiful, honestly, I wouldn't even lie. It's a beautiful nail. The colour's so buff, like everything's just so nice with it, but it's so unstable. And it can literally break, like a baby could break this nail. See? Just like that. Okay, so now let's get into this video. So I'm going to use white nail tips to achieve this little look. So first thing I did was file my nails so that it's a bit rough and not too smooth. Oh, and your nails have to be like dry, so I washed my hands before I started all of this. Obviously, before I got my glue and everything, I measured the nail tips according to which nails I was using. So once they were all glued on and each nail had their own claw, I went back in with the nail file. And the aim of this game is to basically make sure that the nail tip melts into our nail. And it needs to be smooth. Or just like this. So once I'd done that for all of my nails, I cut the nails to my desired length. Obviously I'm at home, so I didn't want them that long. I even have this little brush. I felt so professional whilst doing this. But yeah, so once I cut them, I filed the nails into the shape that I wanted. To be honest, I wasn't too sure what shape I was doing, because this thumb looks like it's coffin shaped, but the rest of the nails look like it's square shaped. Like, it was just a whole mess, honestly. But yeah, this is what the nails look like once I finished filing them. Cool, so let's get down to business. So first I applied the base coat onto the nail. You literally just need a thin layer and it does stay sticky. So after curing for 30 seconds, you apply like a little teardrop of polygel onto the nail. You dip your brush into the poly nail gel and you start to form the nail. So you want to make sure that the cuticle area is really, really thin, and then it goes thicker towards the top. So I actually applied too much polygel when I was doing it the first time round because I was going to apply it to the whole nail, and then I changed my mind and decided that I wanted white tips. So I took off half of the polygel, as you can see here. So this even shows how easy it is to play with this polygel stuff. Like you can literally take your time, and it won't cure, it won't go hard, it won't set, like it won't do anything. So yeah, I used the apricot colour to apply it to my part of the nail, and then I cured it under the UV lamp for 60 seconds, and then I took the clear polygel and I applied it to the tip of the nail. With this polygel stuff, honestly, the more liquid that you use, like the more alcohol that you use, the runnier it will be, and then the harder it will be to form. So it's like you want your brush to be damp but not wet. So because I was using two different polygels, I had to make sure that the place at to which they meet wasn't too obvious. So that's the middle, and obviously you can see here that it was very, very obvious. So I had to apply more gel and basically try to fill it out. I wouldn't be too worried if your nail comes out lumpy, because after we're going to file it and it literally comes out smooth. Okay, so you form the nail according to how you want it to look and the thickness to which you want it and all of that, and then after you cure it again for 60 seconds, and this is basically what it looks like. Okay, so I'm going to do that for the rest of my nails. And this is what it looks like once I've done all of my nails, the same technique as to which I did my thumb. As you can see, the polygels did kind of ruin the shape that I had initially before I started using the polygels, but we're going to try and file it and make it look nice again. Okay, so when filing it, first you want to file it into the shape that you want. After you filed it into the shape, you want to file on top of the nail just to make sure that any lumps and bumps are eradicated and everything is just smooth. Honestly, my nail file was so pants, like I needed a better nail file. I feel like this part really depends on the nail file that you used, because the shape of my nails would have come out way better if my nail file was like stronger and all of that. I've seen most people use the 100 by 180 nail file, and I think that's the one that I should have used as well, but I didn't because I'm stubborn. So yeah, tip for next time. Okay, so this is what my nails look like once I have filed and buffed them. By the way, my buffer was really pants as well, but I realised that if you use a normal sponge, like a washing up sponge, and you use it to scrub over the nail, it works. You want the nail to be as smooth as possible. Okay, so then I applied my top coat. And I cured it for 60 seconds. So my camera actually died before I got to this bit, but I haven't done my middle nail, so I'm going to show you how I did that with the middle nail. So I applied my top coat. What I basically used was this kit that I got from Amazon. I'll leave the link in the description bar, and it's literally just a kit with like different nail stuff, because obviously I wanted to be extra. And then before curing it, I applied the rhinestones and positioned them wherever I wanted them to be. I won't lie to you, I mostly did the whole rhinestone thing on this finger because I wanted to hide the imperfections. Once they were in the position that I desired, I cured it for 60 seconds and voila, that was all of the nails done. So ladies and gentlemen, this is how I achieved this particular look. I wouldn't say that it's the best work ever, but to be honest, for something that I was doing for my first time, I'm actually really quite proud of myself. Yeah. So if you enjoyed the video, if you learned something, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff. And I'll see you in my next video. Stay Gucci.